Now to another night of protests in Portland, Oregon, and the mayor pushing back against the White House's response, demanding federal agents leave immediately and blaming them for an increase in violence and vandalism. Kana Whitworth is in Portland with the very latest. Kana, good morning.
Wick, good morning. The protests last night marked 53 straight nights of protests here in Portland, and the violence has been escalating. The mayor says that's because of the presence of law enforcement agencies sent in by the president. He says they operate with no official markings and have gone so far as to pull protesters into unmarked vehicles and deny them due process. He says it's tantamount to kidnapping, and he wants them out now, as do the protesters. The mayor says this is all a political ploy by the president to gain political ground. Now, Cecilia, the president, denies that, tweeting, "We're trying to help Portland, not hurt it."
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.
Now for the latest on the coronavirus. Deaths in the U.S. have surpassed 140,000, accounting for almost a quarter of the world's COVID-19 fatalities. In an interview with Fox News yesterday, President Trump blamed the rise in positive cases to an increase in testing and said the spikes we're seeing are, quote, burning embers, and that the virus will simply disappear. He also said Dr. Fauci is, quote, a little bit of an alarmist, all while cases in several states, including Florida, Texas, and California, continue to rise. In fact, the LA mayor says the city is on the brink of new stay-at-home orders. Joining us now is Dr. Derek Cass, Yahoo Medical contributor and Columbia University professor of emergency medicine. We're also joined by our editor-in-chief, Andy Serwer. Good morning to you both. Dr. Cass, I'm going to start with you. The president said that we have here in the U.S. one of the lowest mortality rates in the world. Does that really jive with the data that you're seeing?
It doesn't jive with the data that anybody has seen, actually. Unfortunately, it seems like, based on the interview yesterday, the president seems to be, honestly, sometimes making up information he wants to be true, and then asking people to find some study that maybe confirms. So he said, I think the mortality rate is probably like, we're doing good with 99.6%. Please get me the data to fix that. And that's just not true. We know that the mortality rate is probably between 3 and 4%, depending on which study and where we are with the virus. But it's just not nearly as magical thinking or rose-colored as a president would hope us to think.
Andy, the president said in his interview on Fox that we're testing for COVID more than ever, but that doesn't jibe with what you wrote.
Getting some reporting on this meeting at the White House between the president and Leader McConnell. Let's get to Kayla Tausche. Morning, Kayla.
Good morning, Carl. We're just watching that video come in of the Oval Office spray. The president at the Resolute desk on one side, his Treasury Secretary and Chief of Staff on the other, the top Republican leaders from Capitol Hill. They're talking about their priorities for this next stimulus package. The Treasury Secretary said they will focus on jobs, kids and vaccines, that there will be tax incentives and credits for things like schools that are able to open safely and other businesses. They kept the conversation high level, but there were a couple points of interest that we should highlight. The first is that the president doubled down on that payroll tax cut. And when he asked the room about support for that, he did get a nod from Kevin McCarthy, the top Republican in the House of Representatives, but he just got a smile from Mitch McConnell, the top Republican in the Senate, where support for that payroll tax cut has been hard to come by. The president also said that he is going to be resuming the coronavirus task force briefings, that they will likely happen at 5 p.m. beginning either today or tomorrow, to continue to update the nation on the efforts to get a vaccine and to develop more therapeutics to fight COVID-19. But certainly, as far as the stimulus package goes, McConnell said that he's going to be socializing this package or this set of ideas with Republican members in the coming days to try to reach a consensus on what Republicans want to put forth as their counter to what the Democrats passed back in May.